Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome to Growth School. Welcome to this amazing session on Growth School. It's really amazing to have you join us again on Growth School as we take at this moment the final wrap on our mastery series, and we started an amazing session last week, which we will be wrapping it up and doing well to ensure that we are able to cover all that needs to be covered in this series. Okay, so I will be wrapping up the mastery series today, and then we'll start a different series or a different topic from next week. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you were really blessed, you were transformed, you were able to elevate your level of wisdom from the previous session on how you can unlock your superpower, okay, as humans, how you can unlock your superpower, how you can find out your distinctiveness, you can find out what really makes you unique, and how you can start transforming lives and making deliberate changes in the things you do on a daily basis. All right. And also, I hope you were really amazing. You were really exceptionally blessed by the session I had during the weekend with Opelua Badesire, all right, on the global opportunities and global skills you need for global opportunities. Thank you so much for joining. It's really amazing to have you. Thank you, Damola Adiriola, for joining. Thank you so much. It's always a blessing. I'm really delighted whenever I have you join me on Growth School. I have you come every week, listen, and then you share your comment to inspire others. You do well to share this video on your status. You invite people to come in here and also learn. Okay, because we have a very important topic, I want you to really do well to use the share button, share the link, all right, on your WhatsApp status, share on all the groups you belong to, share on Facebook, and then let's get people to flood in here and come and listen to deep wisdom and unconventional wisdom for the decade. All right, so we started some amazing series on how you can really take advantage and dig deep to find your superpower and start exploring them to the world. You can start transforming the world through them. You can start making deliberate changes in yourself. And I mentioned that there is so much power within you that if you don't get to find them out, you will find out that you will keep doing things and you would wonder why you don't operate at the premium of your capacity. And it's always very important that you should find the in-depth potential within you, dig deep into your superpower, make deliberate differences in the world today, and make sure that you become a better person in the things that you do. All right. Now, the first thing I mentioned, and the only thing I shared, because we're going to about 8 of them, and I treated just one, and that was where I talked about the need for a sound self image. Okay. The need for a sound self image. And I mentioned that the way you see everything around you is dependent on how you see yourself. So I mentioned that the way you see yourself is how you see everything about you. If you see yourself as a positive achiever, if you see yourself as a change maker, if you see yourself as a transformer, that's also how you see everything around you. And I mentioned that why do you wonder that even when positive things happen around certain people, they still find a negative side to it. So someone is making progress, someone is doing well in life, someone is changing his life, someone is getting an elevated position, someone is making a difference. You will see people who, despite all of those things happening, they will just be negative about it. Okay, so you need a sound self image. So the image you portray on the outside is really crucial in determining the things that you attract to yourself. All right. And I talked about the concept of rebranding. For some people right now, the perception you create, the perception you give to the people around you, to the things that people say about you, or what you have always called yourself needs to change. Okay. So you need the concept of rebranding. And that was where I'm just trying to do a recap. That was why I spoke about the story of Jacob, that Jacob always said, oh, I was Esau, I was Jacob, and then there was something tagged to that name until his name was changed. his story and life did not change. So for some of you, it's not about what you don't have, it's about what you call yourself. It's about the image that you create. So you need a sound self image. Now, there is a part that I didn't mention, which I'm going to really look at, is a part that has to do with knowing, all right, and finding your true identity. Knowing and finding your true identity. Okay, I know there are a lot of people who say, oh, you want to know your identity. Maybe there are some religious activities you have to do, you have to pray, you have to do all of that. As good as those things are, today there are some tools that really help you to do some sort of personality assessment to really find out who you are. Okay, so one of those tools, in fact, you can just go straight up on Google and then just search for personality test. Okay, so let me share my screen and show you what I can find. You can just do some sort of personality test. Okay, I advise you, if you are using your smartphone, just go to the full screen option and then slide your screen to landscape so you can see when I share my screen. Okay, you can see clearly what I'm trying to share. Okay, so what I just did was, okay, I just went on Google and then I typed personality test. Okay, personality test. And then we have a number of them. What do they help you do? You just go straight up. You just go straight up. You are able to, okay. All right. So you just go straight up. You are able to answer a number of questions. So when you answer them genuinely, it then tells you your personality type. So you would know your personality type. You start knowing, like, okay, this is my kind of person. It gives you some sort of suggestions on what you can start doing, how you can help yourself, what's the strength you have, how you can begin to leverage on your strengths, the kind of things that pertain to you. And that's how you see people call themselves certain things like catalysts, some call themselves futurists, some call themselves, certain names. Okay, because what you call yourself is really, really essential in determining the outcomes of your life. Now, there's one that I'll recommend, which I've tested, I've even recommended for people that they make use of that tool. Is the first one you can see here, 16personalities.com. Okay, just go to www.16personalities.com. All right, it's one amazing tool that can help you do some sort of self-assessment, some personality assessment. You get to understand yourself the more, and then you start knowing what image you need to portray to the world around you. Okay, so I'll just type that right away. 16personalities.com. So www.16personalities. So if you go to this site, it helps you do some sort of self-assessment, okay? Because a lot of people, they mistake themselves for what they are not, okay? Because they don't really know what they are. So because you need a sound self-image, very, very important. You need a sound self-image. The ability to have this sound self-image will shield you from personality disruption, or like a lot of things that try to really distort your identity. Okay. Now, there's also another one. All right. So there's also another one that I'm going to put up in some minutes. Okay. It's called it's called big5test.com. All right. I think this one is powered by AI. Big5-tests.com. You can take a screenshot of this and just look at it later. Okay. Now there's another one called big5test.com. Okay, you can just type and visit later. It's called big5test.com. Okay, so it tries to make you answer certain questions, and by the time you are done answering those questions, it tells you your kind of personality. It tells you who you are. It tells you what you represent. It tells you the things you should begin to look into. Okay, so the ability to be able to search for your personality type and leverage on it in the things that you do on a daily basis is actually a lifesaver. Okay, so 16personalities.com and also big5test.com. All right, just go there and then start checking it up, so you'll be able to find out your personality type. Okay, so that's it on number one, because I have a lot of things to go cover, so I need to move. So number one, I spoke about a sound self image. Okay, now to number two. Number two is daily rituals. Okay, how do you tap, how do you unlock the superpower of your human potential? Daily rituals. Daily rituals. Now, if you happen to be born in Nigeria, or you've heard about the history of Nigerians, okay? Nigeria happened to be a religious society, all right? That our true religion and belief, the history of our true religion and belief, okay, did not start with Christianity or Islam. It started with traditional worship, okay, where that was where people started having things like Shango, they started having things like Ogun, they started having things like Oshun, they started having like a number of those things. And the history behind those things, the history behind every of these gods was that they were real people. They were humans that existed. They were humans that existed, but people saw them as individuals that had superpowers within them. They had a measure of power. They were able to command certain realities, and people saw those things happen. And eventually, when these people died, when these people were no more, humans were the one who created, what they call them? They call it ornaments. Okay, they call those things some kind of wood or some kinds of items. Okay, that looked maybe like those things, and those things were like graven images. And then they created them, and what did they start doing? They started worshiping them. And that's when we had people who would now go to the tree or go somewhere, and they'll keep pouring oil. They'll keep making certain professions, they'll make certain proclamations on those things, to the point that because they did those things daily, there were some sort of spiritual forces that started supporting those things they were doing, and they saw those elements to become powerful. They saw those gods to become powerful, and they started worshiping them. Now, what were they doing? They were carrying out certain rituals that brought forth spiritual power, okay, that brought some sort of power on those monuments, okay, that brought some sort of power on those monuments. And that's how you started having people bowing to idols, bowing to those things. Why? Because they conducted certain rituals, and the rituals conducted brought forth some spiritual forces on those elements. Those elements by themselves, they have no power, they have nothing in them, but because humans carried out a sort of ritual, those things became powerful. Now, why am I bringing that story to you? Consider yourself as a god, okay? Because the Bible says, ye are gods. Consider yourself as a god. Now, the question is, what rituals do you do to yourself? What rituals do you carry out on yourself on a daily basis that makes the spiritual power of the universe to empower you to live to your full potential? What daily rituals do you have? When you wake up on a daily basis, what do you do consistently to make to make your mind become powerful, to make you energized to do the things that you are destined to do in life? Very, very essential. Very, very essential. What forces, what power do you have within yourself? What are the rituals that you embark in that makes you become so powerful? Okay, that makes the force of the universe to attract favor to your life, that makes the force of the universe to attract wealth to you, that makes the forces of the universe to attract favor and honor to you, that makes the forces of the universe to open doors unto you. Okay, daily rituals, the ability to have daily rituals, daily things that you do, the rituals you embark on a daily basis, has something it does to you. Let me give you an instance. If you're somebody who you find out that You are creative when it comes to responding to questions, or you are creative when it comes to constructing your thoughts and telling it out. You will find out that most often there's a ritual you carry out on a daily basis. The ritual may be consistent meditation, maybe consistent reading, maybe your ability to be able to listen to things that inspire you and that seem to elevate your wisdom, compared to someone who does not embark on in that ritual, who does not embark on that ritual. So there is a ritual that you need to carry out on yourself as a God if you must see a level of result in your life. So it's not enough. Listen, it's not enough to start wishing that things will change. There is the human part, there is the human element that should bring deliberate, that will show that because you do this on a daily basis, it's certain that this outcome will take place in your life. For example, somebody who is so lazy, like when the person wakes up, all you do is you watch a movie, you sleep back, you watch a movie, you sleep back, and then you do nothing else other than the things that keep you at the same level of thought, that keeps you at the same level of thinking, that does not elevate your growth in life. It's very certain that you will not become anything. It's very certain that there will not be a daring outcome out of your life. Why? Because your ritual shows that there is no greatness that is coming out of you. The power of your daily rituals is very important. When you wake up in the morning, what do you do? What is the first three things you do on a daily basis? Okay, consistently you do those three things on a daily basis. They have something that the universe would honor that effort, would honor that ritual, and then will bring certain results to your life. That's the same thing that happens even with those who consult traditionalists, they consult all those people. They have certain things, they just tell them, okay, go do this. And as you carry out this, as you do this, don't worry, things will happen. And then many of them start seeing the outcome taking place in their life. They don't know, they believe that it's just what is said, but it's really about the ritual. What's your daily ritual? How do you honor yourself? What is the worship activity that you take on yourself that shows that there is a level of growth and outcome that will take place in your life? What is that level of ritual? So consider yourself as that God, that monument. And then what are the things you have to do in order to grow, in order to advance, in order to improve, in order to become better, in order to get the great people in life to be attracted to you, in order to ensure that the level of people who watch you, they are attracted to it. And that's why consistency is powerful. Consistency is powerful, especially when you are consistent in the right thing. That's the power of consistency. So daily ritual comes with a measure of consistency because there's a spiritual force that supports your consistent actions, your daily rituals. As you do them over and over again, there's a spiritual force that embarks on them. And that's why there is that difference between excellent spirit and the spirit of excellence. Excellent spirit means you have the potential to be excellent. A spirit of excellence means there is a consistent thing you are doing that will make the universe make you excellent at what you do. So the problem is there are many people who have potentials, okay, and their potentials will not come into full manifestation because they don't have a ritual to ensure that the result of that potential comes into their life. And that's why there are people you will see and say, ah, but you can sing. What's the reason why you are not at the top? Why? Because there is one who is at the top who carries out a consistent ritual, who does something on a daily basis that brings a kind of result and outcome, but there's one that just stays at the point of potential. So something spirit and the spirit of a thing is not the same. There's something you have to do to make the spirit enforce actions into your life. So for some people, the reason why favor is not attracted to you is because you are not carrying out the activity that will draw the spirit of favor to you. So daily rituals, they are very, very important. So let me ask you, what rituals do you perform that show that you will become a respected phenomenon in your industry? Don't just say, oh, in this industry I will bless, in this I will this. And you see people prophesy and speak and speak and speak, but they have no ritual. They have no daily ritual that brings such blessings to your life. Now, let me give you an example. You have a product, you have an idea, you understand people need these things, and then what do you do in order to ensure that at a point they will start flooding to come to you? Why? Because there's a ritual. For example, there are rituals that speakers, some speakers, they carry out on a daily basis before they come on stage. Okay, they carry out that daily ritual. For some of them, they keep speaking to themselves. For some of them, they keep rehearsing the words over and over again, even before the invitation comes. And then the universe supports that thing they do, and then people start thinking about them. How do you enforce the universe to support what you want to become? Benga Ononuga says, the power of your daily ritual. Very, very important. You need daily rituals. You need daily rituals. You need daily rituals, daily rituals. Very important. You need daily rituals. So you need certain rituals that you need to perform in order to ensure that your life changes. In order for your life to change. Now, have you ever asked yourself the question, how do you think how do you think that certain currencies seem to be powerful than some? How do you think certain currencies became powerful than some? It's the ideology and the belief system of men that made those currencies powerful. Okay? And there are different rituals performed on those currencies in order to make some powerful than the other. Rituals like the level of security provided, the level of value, the way they sell the idea of certain currencies. Why? Because humans are the one that makes those that make humans are the ones that make those currencies powerful than the other. Why do you think certain cryptocurrencies seem to be powerful in terms of the cost and price estimate than the other? Why? Because of what humans have done in order to make them more powerful. Okay, when you see certain countries where their currencies are very powerful, they put every structure in place, they do whatever they have to do in order to ensure that they don't lose the value of their currency. Okay, that's because humans enforce certain things to take place. What are you enforcing in your life in order to ensure that your value goes on the increase? Okay, so number one, sound self-image. Number two, daily rituals. Number three, selective stakeholders. Okay, you need selective stakeholders. When I talk about selective stakeholders, um, selective stakeholders. Now, do you know that there are times that if you're someone who is very conversant with the Bible, there are times that Jesus will go out in the public, all right, when he's talking to the masses, and he will make a statement and just say something, maybe talk about a parable, and sometimes he may not even explain. And the people will just go that, oh, that was a nice talk and all of that. But after a while, when he now stays with the 12, one of them will just walk to me and say, that thing you said at that time, what exactly do you mean by it? Selective stakeholders. The reason is because the ability to be able to have strategic individuals with which you can have very intelligent conversations that elevate your wisdom will make you better than the masses. Will make you better than the masses. Let me ask you, who are the people that you have in your life that when you want to have real destiny, you want to make real destiny decisions, you want to take very crucial steps in your life, when you hold a conversation with them, you are able to think from an elevated perspective? Do you have such people? Do you have such people? That's why you find out, for example, you will see someone who is doing so well, maybe a very successful musician or a very successful actress. They have a mental coach, they have a physical coach, they have a financial coach. What are they trying to do? Because they don't want to take decisions from a point of disadvantage. They need people, they need consultants, they need stakeholders, they need advisors that would give them the ability to take real decisions so that they don't slide down and they can keep maintaining their level at the top. They keep maintaining their level at the top. The ability to have associates with which you can hold crucial and strategic conversation is a lifesaver. You need to have such people in your life. Sometimes you want to take a legal decision. You don't just trust on Google. Do you have someone like a lawyer you can call and say, oh, there's this matter, there's this and there's this thing. Can you explain it to me legally? For example, you want to take decisions maybe that has to do with your industry or business. You have people you relate to and you engage with and you begin to interact with. You know why? Because if you don't have that very crucial conversation, your superpower will be buried. Your superpower will be buried. And it's really important that you are able to speak with positive-minded people who can see through your ability and then elevate you to take real decisions in their life. Why do we have many talented people who do not sprout out in their lifetime? It's always because they lack strategic, selective stakeholders. Those who can say, oh, you're doing well. I have this friend who is carrying out, who is holding this event. I'll speak to that friend about you and say, oh, I know you can do it. You know, it's like this thing is looking difficult for you. Just give it a try and then do it this way, do it this way, do it this way, this way, and then you can move. Do you remember strategic stakeholders, people who can refer you, people who can tell you about escape velocity opportunities? You want to tap into your superpower? It's not just about being talented. We live in the world of men where men need to speak about you. We live in the world of men where men need to speak about you. You need genuine friends, genuine associates, genuine mentors who really, really care about your growth. Because, yes, of course, there are some who would really try to use you, but not all. There are some who really, really care about your growth. They want to see you grow. They want to see you sprout out. They want to see you advance. They want to see you get better. They want to see you become the best. They want to see you export. They want to see you release your superpower to the world. They want to see you express your uniqueness greatly. And what do you have to do? You need to walk your way through into meeting, staying, and then leveraging on such people. Leveraging on such people. Okay? So who are those people? Who are those people that you know? Who are those people you know can advance you? For some of them, you will meet them at events. You'll meet them by going to events. You meet them by meeting. You meet them at conferences. For example, I remember July last year, a friend was putting up a TEDx event. He invited me, he wanted someone who would come speak on purpose and all of that. You need such kind of friends that know, oh, my friend is doing this thing. Okay, I can invite him because I know he's going to add a lot of value to my event. But not the people who see you and be like, if I invite this guy now, and with the way I'm building, I'm becoming the in-person in this my area, I miss this my audience. He will come now. I hope it's not that they will now start following him. I hope it's not that it's the one they will now be saying, he's the real guy. This me that they now know now. They will say, I don't know that this guy is sharp. You don't need those kind of people. You need those who truly care about your growth. Those who want to see you become the best. Those who want to see you release your superpower. Those who want to see you climb on stages that can change your life forever. Those who want to connect you to the people who will lift you to the next level, and yet they don't feel bad or intimidated about it. Selective stakeholders. All right. I once told a young friend, I said, you need to understand what people are in your life. You need to understand what people are in your life. Know who is a friend, know who is an associate, know who is an accomplice, know who is a mentor. Okay, you must be able to distinct people in your life. Never allow someone who should just be a friend play the role of a mentor. All right? And never take your mentor for someone who is an accomplice. You need to know what people are in your life. The moment you don't know what people are in your life, you would allow them cross their boundaries in your life. There are some who are your instructors. There are some who should instruct you. There are some who should guide you. There are some who should help you. There are some who should support you. There are some who should just be guides, okay? Just be guides. They follow you through where you should be, and then they just refrain. You should know what people are in your life, okay? Number four, you need the reevaluated philosophy. You need a re-evaluated philosophy. All right, so sorry for the break. Now, you need a reevaluated philosophy. So when I talk about reevaluated philosophy, I mean that you need to check up on the things that guide your philosophy of life. Because everything you are is founded on the philosophy that guides your life. Everything you are right now is based on your philosophy, on the philosophy that guides your life. You know, there's a philosophy that, oh, everything I have, I just need to keep holding on. I don't have to give out back, because if I give out of what I have, I may not have something, I may not have anything else tomorrow. And that's the reason why, for some people, the reason why they are not growing, the reason why they are not advancing, the reason why they are not moving forward is because they are scared to pay the price for a better tomorrow. So they want to keep tomorrow today, all right? And they don't care about entering into tomorrow. There's that philosophy. There are people who have that philosophy of life. What is the philosophy that guides your life? What is the belief system? What's the pain factor that guides what you believe today? What's the pain factor that guides what you believe today? You need to reevaluate your philosophy of life, because there are people who find out that this guy is good, this guy is talented, this guy is gifted, this guy is amazing, but his philosophy is wrong. There are people who will never recommend you for great opportunities when they are able to detect the wrong philosophies in your life. What's the philosophy that guides your life? What's your philosophy about dealing with people who are not of your tribe, who are not of your religion? What's your philosophy? Do you have a philosophy that judges them when you don't know them? You need the right philosophy of life. Why? Because your philosophy is what determines your belief. Your belief is what determines your decisions. Your decision is what determines your actions. What is your philosophy of life? All right. And who are the people who actually gave you this philosophy? You know, there are many things people say today and they just listen and say, yeah, oh, yeah, I got that thing. Oh, I got that thing on Facebook Reel. Oh, I got that thing on Instagram Story. Oh, I got that thing on Twitter. And then they just consume it without evaluating. Whenever you have to take a decision without building a balance, there will be an imbalance in your decision. You must know that there would always be an imbalance in your decision whenever your philosophy of life is imbalanced. What's your philosophy of life? What's your philosophy about life? What's your philosophy about money? What's your philosophy about fame? What's your philosophy about riches? All right. What's your philosophy about influence? You know, there are people who are so great, who have greatness in their lives, who are so good, who are so amazing, who are fantastic, who are great authors who would never become it. Why? Because of a wrong philosophy. People say, oh no, you are too beautiful to share your picture. You are too good to be this. Oh, you know, because of this and this. Oh, protect yourself, just shield yourself. Some are caged, they are caged by a wrong, in the prison of a wrong philosophy. Who would have become great, who would have released their gift to the world, who would have become reformers, who have become great leaders, but for the wrong philosophy. What's the philosophy that guides your life? I remembered, I think about it now and feel like, oh, I should have thought about it differently. When I was young, as an undergraduate student, I hated social media. Like I hated anything like coming online, coming to speak like this, talk to people. At the time, I used to believe, oh, it's all this. You know how you think that time in a very religious way, and you're just like, ah, no, I don't want to be there. It's corrupt. It's all of those things. But the moment I knew I am the light of the world, I should shine my light. Even in darkness, I should come out and shine. All right. I should not just speak about what is wrong. I should change what is wrong by shining the light in darkness. What's your philosophy of life? There are many great people who will never become great. Why? Because their philosophies are wrong, because their ideologies are wrong, because what they believe is wrong, because what they perceive is wrong. There are people who believe that anybody who comes online and oh, they are doing videos like this, or maybe they are trying to share amazing content. Some people say, oh, they are all fake. It's just social media life. No, you meet some people in real life. What they are online is what they are offline. What's your philosophy of life? Because the moment your philosophies are wrong, you will be limited in the things that you can accomplish and fulfill in your life. Okay, so number one, sound self image. Number two, daily ritual. Number three, selective stakeholders. Number four, reevaluated philosophy. Now, there's something I want to recommend, and I would suggest that you do well to get this book. Okay. The title of the book is Mind Shift. Title of the book is Mind Shift. Mind Shift. The secrets, the untold secrets and power of your mind. Okay. The book is available on Seller. Just go there. I think it's available as just soft copy. Mind Shift. I would share my screen so you see what it looks like. Mind Shift, the untold secrets and power of your mind. I would really recommend that you get a copy of that book. It's relatively affordable. I think it's just about 1,100 naira or so. So you can check it out. Mind Shift, yeah, this is what it looks like. The secret and power of your mind. Do well and get a copy of this book. Mind Shift is very, very important. If you really want to help your philosophy, you want to harness the power of your mind, you want to be able to grow, you want to be able to advance your life, you want to be able to really improve your life, you want to get better, you want to just make remarkable difference in your life, this book is for you. This book is for you. Mind Shift. All right, you can just get it. I would splash the link. Okay, that's the link there. You can just take a screenshot and then go to the link after now, seller.co/n7ws. Just go there, get a copy of that book. It helps your philosophy, it guides you on how you can master your mind, what you can do with your mind, what are the things you should do daily. Okay, what are the things you should do daily to your mind in order to make your mind become so powerful. Okay, the way your mind will become so powerful that it will begin to attract certain blessings, certain greatness into your life, how to make your mind a magnetic force that draws amazing wings in your life. That book is very, very amazing. Just go there, get the book, and that's the link there. That's the link. You can write it down or take a screenshot and then just visit the bookstore. I think immediately you pay, you'll be able to download and start reading. Mind Shift. This book is so amazing. I remembered one of my friends in the US read this book and even recommended it for others, that people who want to change their mind, they want to master the rule of the mind, they want to be able to advance their mind. Mind Shift is the book to read. Okay, so that's it, Mind Shift, and that's also the link for you to simply go ahead and download. All right, just make payment. It's less than 1,500 naira. So I've spoken about sound self-image, daily rituals. Number three, selective stakeholders, and then number four, reevaluated philosophy. Reevaluated philosophy. Your philosophy of life is the reason why you are where you are. Your philosophy of life is the reason why you are who you are right now. Your philosophy of life is the reason why you have the kinds of friends you have. Okay, if you have friends who are gossip, you have friends who are traders, your philosophy of life is what actually attracted them. You want to change your philosophy of life, go read that book, Mind Shape. Now, number five, priorities. Number five, priorities. Number five, priorities. Number five, priorities. Now, I'm going to speak to people who are really deliberate. Like if you are deliberate to, like you want to become so influential, you want to become so great in your life, you want to become the kind of person that people respect, you want to amass great number of followers, you want people to support your cause, you want people to gather and begin to announce the things you do, you want people to announce you, you want to become that kind of person that you can become a global entity, you can become a global leader, you can become a phenomenal agent of change. Okay, you have to listen to this. Right now, there is an immense crave for money by all means. All right, there are people who will say, "Oh, I must just make this money. I must hammer. I must blow. If I don't make it, this will happen." And a lot of people are doing some unthinkable things because of money. All right. Now, there's a part in scripture that says a good name is better than silver or gold. All right? A good name is better than silver and gold. The issue here is that as good as money is, a lot of people choose money over a good name. Or people choose money over a good name. And some of you right now, this is your story. Maybe there was a time where a friend you trusted, someone you believed so much in, and then the person, because you trusted the person came to you and then told you about a scheme or told you about a venture and say, "Oh, just bring your money. We are going to help you trade. We are going to help you do this. We'll put your money in crypto and your money will grow and you get returns and you do all of that." And then the person came to you and told you all of those stories. And because you believed that person, because you trusted that person. Oh, this person is close to me. Oh, this person can't hurt me. My money is safe with this person. As long as I keep my money with this guy, I know nothing will be wrong. And then eventually, the person collected your money and did whatsoever he did, and then the thing just crashed, or the thing crashed, the thing did not go well. And instead of this person doing everything to ensure that, okay, yes, I've done all of that, the money is not right, instead of the person now making every means to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, we'll look at something to do about it," the person just became silent. All right, became silent and believe, "Oh, everything will be normal, everything will be great, everything will be nice, everything will be this." The truth is, sometimes in your mind, it's not really about the money. Okay, it's about the attitude that was put, the attitude that was put to ensure that the person kept that relationship. Why? Because the person thinks, "Oh, after a while they'll forget," and all of that. The truth is, even if the person has changed, whenever you hear that name, a good name, whenever you hear that name, you would instantly remember what that person did to you. You would just remember that, "Oh, this guy did this to me, and this guy never did anything to, never did anything to restore or return my money or return part of my money," and all of that. The Bible says a good name is better than silver or gold. Think of all of the amazing people who you were very good friends, you were nice friends, you were doing well together, your terms were good, you guys would gist and do all of those things until the issue of money came in. And then everything just broke down, everything just looked down, everything did not just move. The thing is, most times those people never think that will there be something tomorrow where my name will be mentioned before this person. What will be said about me? A good name is better than silver or gold. Listen, if you ever in your life, in anything you do, in the decisions you make, if you ever have to choose between money and a good name, please choose a good name. You know why? Because a good name can earn you money, can earn you respect, all right, can bring you greater influence, and a good name would also benefit your children also. A good name is better than silver or gold. A good name is better than silver or gold. Very important. What are your priorities in life? That's the question. What exactly are your priorities in life? If you think right now and you sit down and you have two options between being fraudulent and being fraudulent and becoming a millionaire instantly, and choosing not to be fraudulent and just maybe lack for some days, what would you choose? What are your priorities in life? Your superpower, that you're talented, you are gifted, is not enough, but what exactly are your priorities? I know there are names right now you look at, and then when you look at them, you say, oh, fame, they're doing well, they're wealthy, they have money, they are rich, they are respected, they are known. But guess what? When people hear their names, there are certain things you don't want to be attached to your own name by knowing them. What are your priorities? Will you choose a temporary satisfaction, or you will choose a futuristic benefit? What are your priorities? Now, let me ask you right now. There are people who will tell me, oh, I find it difficult to read. Reading books and doing all of those things is hard. I can't just sit down and start reading books. Why will I be reading books? Why will I be doing this? Can't I just enjoy my life? Can't I just be free? Can't I just do all of these things? The truth is, the moment your priorities are different, your excuses becomes limited. Your excuses become limited because the same you who can sit down to watch a movie for 2 hours for days and you are never tired, you will follow the series till the end. That same you will find it difficult to sit down to read a book that would inspire your mind. That same you find it difficult to buy a book and read. That same you find it difficult to journal, to write. That same you find it difficult to attend a conference, which means that you have the power, you have the ability, you have the time, but your priorities are not the same. Your priorities are not the same. You see people say, I'm not an outgoing person. You see all this conference, I don't like going. But when they invite you for a party, how well are you quick to go? Priorities always make the difference. What are your priorities? What are your priorities in life? The moment your priorities are not defined, there are many excuses you will keep giving in your life. Your excuses are valid until we are aware of your priorities. What are your priorities in life? There are some of you desire. Remember, I talked about the language of the spirit, the soul, and the body. There's some of you right now in your spirit, man, your desire to be great, you desire to become a great leader, you desire to influence the world, you desire to become exceptional, you desire to travel the world and speak, you desire to tell your stories to all places, to everywhere in the world. But with the things you do with your body, they are conflicting language from what your spirit is saying. What are your priorities? To tap into your superpower, to unlock that superpower, your priorities have to change. All right? Your priorities have to change. Your priorities have to change. All right? Your priorities have to change. A good name is better than silver or gold. Okay? I wanted to talk about a part of it, about the fact that there are times when looking at your priorities, sometimes people say, oh, you are too harsh, you are too this, you are not nice, you are not this. You must choose between being nice and being assertive. There are times that being nice is not enough, because if you choose to be nice, it will kill, destroy, and break you. It will kill, destroy, and break you. There are times where you have to look at your priorities, and sometimes you have to humbly, respectfully say no to some things and to some people. Okay? The world will always respect your bravery, and you will not be that brave if you don't have priorities. So number one, we spoke about sound self-image. Number two, daily ritual. Number three, selective stakeholders. Number four, reevaluated philosophy. Number five, priorities. Number six, number six. Um, so let me just take a final one. Number six here, I wrote creative miracles. All right, so creative miracles is majorly you want to tap into your superpower. It's about the ability to create things by the words of your mouth, create things by your words, create things by the things you say. Okay, because um, creative miracles. When you wake up on a daily basis, looking at the things happening around, looking at your environment, looking at situations here and there, you are almost looking at, oh, this, you want to say something negative, you want to speak about, you want to enforce things wrongly into the air, but instead, you create a miracle by saying the things that are positive. I remember that I shared in my mailing list about a lot of things happening right now in Nigeria. Certain people are not happy, certain people are not delighted, and all of that. But in all of the things happening, you choose to be positive, you choose to be optimistic, you ensure that you conserve your energy, you live with personal sovereignty as you move on a daily basis. Okay, as you move on a daily basis, it's really important that as you look at these things, you start considering how to create miracles through the words of your mouth. Create a miracle through the words of your mouth. So creative miracles. So the talent can be there, but sometimes you see people say, am I that good? In fact, people come to you and say, that was nice, that was amazing, I was so blessed. And then you just go, am I that good? Which means you just stop the miracle from taking place. You stop the miracle. Sometimes people have spoken to themselves and saying, it's not that this thing. Let me just be here. I don't want to come out. I don't want to do this. Let me just be myself. You have to have that means to stay positive. You speak positive words. You build authority through the words of your mouth. Okay, number seven, I wrote down here becoming the minority. Okay, becoming the minority. Becoming the minority. Let me say this, most especially to those in Nigeria or those in Africa. It's okay sometimes to feel like, oh, there's this challenge coming up. Everybody's doing it. What will it look like for me not to join them? What will it look like for me not to take part in it? And then you appear like the odd one out. But listen to what the Bible says. The Bible says there are two ways. One is a broad way, and there are many that go by it. And the end thereof is the way of death. The end is the way of death. And there is a narrow way, but there are few that go through it, but the end thereof is the way of life. Sometimes you must be willing to be in the minority. You must be willing to be in the minority. There is this statement that was said by Mark Twain. He said that when you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. When you find yourself on the part of the majority, like, oh, majority are going through that way, many of them are going, sometimes you just need to step back and just reflect and say, wait, where is this ending? Where will this actually end? Because sometimes it's not about what is trending, it is about where it is ending. At the time in one of the conferences I spoke, I told them at this time there were many funny things happening. People putting the phone up, pouring water on themselves, doing those things. You know, there was this challenge happening then. Sometimes people even poured palm oil on themselves and doing all of those things. And you see people doing very, very, very funny things. I just call it funny. Very, very funny things. Okay, sometimes you must be willing to be in the minority. In the minority, you are able to figure out where the majority who are going on that path, where they are ending. You just look at them and say, oh, where are all these people going this way? It's very important that you figure out sometimes being in the minority. Being in the minority means sometimes you will be persecuted. And you know what happens when you are persecuted? When someone or something becomes persecuted over time, it spreads faster. Look at it very well. Just think about it. Look at it very well. Just look at it very well. Like many of the things that have been persecuted, people say, oh, this is not good. That is not it. It spreads. How many people remember Mommy Z? She just came, said something, and some people came and were persecuting her. What happened? She started spreading. Before you knew it, she was trending on Twitter. Before she knew it, people started contributing money to her. She became a millionaire, blessed her family, and a lot of things changed about her. Sometimes they're willing to be in the minority. Sometimes people cannot see what you can see in the future, but over time, they will come back to appreciate the things that you're doing. Being the Sometimes they're willing to be in the minority. Okay. I know some of you right now, you're under pressure to open a YouTube channel and start a vlog. Why? Because there are many people doing it, or they are getting a lot of, they are cashing out big time, they're getting a lot. Nothing wrong with it. Okay. But go back to where we started, a sound self-image, run a personality test, and know what you should be. Know where you should be, stay there, and then follow through. Okay, stay there and follow through. Number eight, where I'll be wrapping up, is systemize lifestyle of discipline. If you want to unlock your superpower, you need a systemized lifestyle of discipline. And I'm going to share that with this story. If you have read the Bible, there's this story of Samson. All right, Samson was his birth was announced by an angel. The angel spoke to the mother, say, "Oh, this child is coming. He's a Nazarene. No blade, no scissors should touch his head. Why? Because he's going to be a judge unto the children of God." And then he grew up. He became stronger. He grew up physique. All right. He fought with lions. He tore the mouth of the lion in pieces. All right. He took the jawbone of an ass, and then he was able to kill a number of people. He was delivering his people. But you know what about Samson? Samson did not have a systemized lifestyle of discipline, or a system of discipline. So, like for example, you have a system to say, when I stand to talk to a woman, I will not look below her neck. I will not look below her neck. It's a system of discipline. All right. Like I will not stand to speak to a woman in the dark, both of us alone. All right. You understand? Sometimes you're going somewhere, you look at the environment where you're going, because when you grow in influence, there are certain places that you should not be found. Okay. There are certain things you should not be found doing. Why? Because the moment it goes out, it becomes a public presentation, become a public thing, and all of that. You need a system of discipline. System of discipline can be, you wake up in the morning, you do some exercise. You wake up in the morning, you listen to a podcast. You wake up in the morning, you just build that system of discipline. But Samson did not have that system of discipline. So Samson could go alone, will leave his father's house, go alone to the Philistine nation. He will look at a woman, he liked the woman, he went in, slept with her. Straight up, no question. When Samson went to a place, he saw a woman, okay? And he had issues with women, he had issues with women over time. Why? Because he didn't have a system of discipline. The truth is, as you begin to unlock your superpower, you become talented, people are inviting you here, people are inviting you there, people are telling you to speak on this platform, people are telling you to do this. Sometimes you need to build a system of discipline, a system whereby even when scandals, okay, even if things that will end up as scandals will likely present itself to happen, you have a system that will not make you grab or embrace the opportunity. For example, there are times that when you grow, you become a public speaker, you become a public figure, you are going to several places, you're speaking, you should not go alone. All right, you should not go alone. Like sometimes they may lodge you in an apartment and you're the only one staying there, and then the people who are coming to serve you, amazing, beautiful young ladies, they're the one coming, serving you, doing all of those things. If you don't have a system where you have someone traveling with you and then the person is there, same gender, sometimes anything could happen. Okay. Or maybe the protocol officer giving to you is a guy, you told the guy, please stay, just remain, and watch whatsoever is happening there. You need a systemized lifestyle of discipline. Very important. Very important. Very important. You need a systemized lifestyle of discipline. All right. So it's very important. So Samson did not have that system. So what happened? Samson could go to the Philistine nation and stay there. But imagine if Samson had a friend, they were always going together. He had a protocol officer, they were always going together. Samson would look that, oh, this guy is there, I can't do these things. So he has built that system to become disciplined. The same thing happened to David. Imagine David had a system of discipline and say, oh, all right, when I go up there, what I'm simply going to do is focus on the word of God. He looked and looked and looked and looked again. So there is that system of discipline you build. You just have that structure that makes you become disciplined, because there are many talented individuals, all right, whose greatness became their downfall. Because when nobody knew them, if they did certain things, if they fell into certain scandals, there would not have been any problem. Why? Because nobody knew them. But the moment they became great, and many of them felt, oh, I don't need any system of discipline, let me just be there, let me just be fine. Many of them fell, and then they were not able to rise up again. You need a systemized, lifestyle of discipline. The same thing happened to David. Imagine Judas Iscariot also. He knew he had issues with money. What would he have done? Simply requested that somebody else handle the money. Some of you right now, you know your issue is money. When something has to do with money, don't handle it. It's as simple as that. Some of you right now, you want to become a speaker, have a PA. All right, have a PA that you go to the event together. The person is there, the person is around. At least the person can be around, and then you're trying to you're trying to all right, you're trying to do certain things in that person. There's a system of discipline. Sometimes maybe you're married. If you're married, you're informing your wife what is happening. Sometimes somebody is trying to seduce you. You go on a video call and say, oh, hello, my wife, I want you to meet this person. What happens immediately? Mission aborted. Mission aborted. Straight. Why? Because this person's wife is seeing me, and then the person becomes calm. You don't create an aura through which your influence becomes thwarted. Okay. Yes, I can see Blessing. Wow, Blessing, been a long time. How have you been? Nice to see you again on Growth School. It has been a while that you've been here. You have built a system of discipline. Mujetoluwa, Dave, a systemized lifestyle discipline. Very, very important. When we were in church then, in my church where I worship, we used to have something called doing courtship period, especially when the guy already knows the lady he wants to get married to. They used to have this system in courtship where you have a family, they will have children, they will have younger children that they will be staying in that house. So whenever you guys want to discuss or have anything, you have to go to that house. Okay, it may not be like in their parlor or something, it will just be maybe in a room, but the door is open, the door is not closed, the children can walk in and walk out. In that environment, tell me how the devil want to tempt you, or you want to tempt the devil, and then you want to say something wants to happen. So you need to build a lifestyle discipline, because there are things that should not be heard about you immediately when you become influential. Like imagine people coming out, getting sex tapes, people trying to get your nude pictures, all of those things. And your superpower will die straight up immediately those scandals come. And you don't want that superpower to die. You want to unlock it. So you need a lifestyle of discipline. Okay, you must build systems around your life. You must do structure. Don't say, oh, I'm powerful, I'm great, I'm this, I'm that. Samson fell. Remember, David fell. Solomon also fell. All right, build a lifestyle of discipline. Very, very important. Maybe you're a lady, and then you just find out that, oh, because you are very beautiful, you find girls always over they when I say they over commend your beauty, and you just find out, you start smiling, it's getting at you. Build a lifestyle of discipline. The person is calling, you can block the person for a while, so that you don't start creating insinuations that are not really there. Okay, so build a lifestyle of discipline. Now, another thing about building a lifestyle of discipline is, let me also mention this. When you grow in influence, like as you begin to unlock your superpower, people will start exalting you beyond being human. They'll begin to exalt you beyond humanity. They'll say, oh, you're God, you're powerful. Sometimes when you speak and say things, people just respect you, people just like you, they just love you, they want to be around you. If you're a guy, You are, if you're a young man, you have a lot of ladies who just admire you. You're speaking on this platform, you're inspiring them, you're doing all of this. They'll be attracted to you. They'll want to come close. They'll want to appreciate you. Some of them very sincere, very nice. Something I found out today is a number of such guys, when they get to that stage, they start leading ladies on. Okay, they start leading people on. They will start leading ladies on. Like, they may not even say straight up, oh, I like you, I love you, I admire you. It may just be, oh, you look so gorgeous, you look so nice, so that was nice about you. And then they start leading a number. I know some of you know these things. In fact, some of you are even in maybe some institutions, organizations where these things are happening. Okay, you see that sharp guy, smart guy, amazing guy, all of those things. You just see him begin to lead this one on, lead this one on, lead this one on, lead this one, lead this one on. And before you know it, the image is started already. The image is started because those ladies, when they now find out that he's doing the same thing to all of them, you know what they will do? They will have a meeting and then they will no longer consider the gifts they respected initially anymore. They start demeaning his indiscipline. They start demeaning his discipline. So you will now see people who they were respecting and saying, oh, sir, I honor you, sir. I respect you, sir. I love you, sir. Sir, thank you so much. You're really gifted. Sir, you blessed me. Oh, sir, you did this. Oh, sir, this was really amazing. Sir, this was this. And before you know it, you are even doing everything else, looking at what's this guy saying. And before you know it, you start losing your influence. You start losing your value. You start losing all of that. Remember what happened to Samson? He lost his eyes. He lost his vision. He lost his drive. He lost the ability to see. So as young guys, you want to unlock your superpower, build a system, build a systemized lifestyle of discipline. Build a systemized lifestyle of discipline. Very, very crucial. I know if many people are telling you about superpower, they may not tell you these things. Discipline is very important. And listen, discipline is more powerful than motivation. Discipline is more powerful than motivation. I know many of you love motivation, 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 but you know the reason why some people are not great or some people don't stay great? Because of indiscipline. Because of indiscipline. Because of indiscipline. So after you have inspired someone, you have blessed the person, you are now making description about the person's body, the person's this, the person's that. You have to be very careful. That's why I said build a system of discipline. Because after a while, even some people, you may even be very sincere, you may even be very nice, you may even be very gentle, and before you know it, some will just come and tell a lie that you are leading them home, you are doing all of these things. The question you should ask is, please, how did it happen? Where's the evidence? Where did it happen? How? Where? When? You know when people say you will shalaye, my brothers and sisters in the Lord, build a systemized lifestyle of discipline, something that just makes you disciplined. Sometimes, maybe as a lady, you want to just get carried away, like, oh, the guy is handsome, he's fair, he's looking good, he's looking sharp and nice like me, and he's gifted, he has sense, he's wise. And sometimes you just want to be too loose, and you're just finding out that maybe it's the guy is getting to your head. And before you know it, you are not focusing on your superpower and gift anymore. My sister, deliver yourself fast. You may need to shut him out for a while, get yourself again, or maybe if you have to see him alone, go with a friend. That friend can be there, and the guy will lead you on. Okay, so build a lifestyle of discipline. All right, I just had to bring that up. Also, in building a lifestyle of discipline, you also need to avoid procrastination. You need to avoid procrastination. Okay. Some of you right now, the reason why your greatness has not been consistent, you know you have a superpower, you know you want to be great, you know there's uniqueness within you, is because you procrastinate a lot. All right. I want to write a book. I will do it later. Is now like 1 year. It's now 2 years now. For some people, it's 3 years now. They wanted to write book 3 years ago. Now they've not written the book. Procrastination all the time. Oh, I want to start a YouTube channel. You have not started since so. Or some people just launch the channel, and after that, after that, no video again. They say, it's too stressful. So it means I'll be doing video. I'll be learning video editing. Since that time, you have started YouTube channel. Some people's YouTube channel now is 5 years. But after maybe one video, nothing there again. Procrastination, always procrastinating things for later. Okay. I want to organize a virtual event. Oh, I want to start a community. You want to. 2 years, 3 years, you have not done anything about it. Be careful. That's a sign of indiscipline. One sign of indiscipline is consistent habit of procrastination. Someone give you a job to do, you just leave it till later. You don't do it. You just I will do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 5 months, 6 months. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. You have to get into action. Some of you right now, hey, I will call this person. I needed advice on this. I will call. I will call. I will call. I will do this. I will reach out. Nothing is happening. And then sometimes you now see other people doing those things. And I wanted to do those things. So you need to overcome procrastination. That's part of the discipline you have to avoid. The problem is today we have many people who are in discipline. The moment you want to do something crucial, and then instead of you to take time, think about it, get pen, go to your journal, start drafting. The next thing is you go on social media and you have spent 10 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, and then you're doing everything. Before you know it, you don't do that thing anymore. You lose track of doing those things. You need to overcome procrastination. Very important. Star Blessing, what did I do now? Blessing, what did I do? What did I do? Let me shake the table. All right. Let me shake the table. Sometimes I used to ask people, if you invite me to speak at your program, if you don't want me to shake tables or to address some things or to start talking, maybe you have to reconsider, because I love to shake tables a lot. I will just touch the table the way it is. I'll just shake the table the way it is. All right. I want to learn this course. I want to learn this course. You have the learning this since when now? 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Build a system of discipline. Sharon, what did I do? Say, speak to me directly. God, I beg you. It's okay. It's all right. So part of dealing with the concept of indiscipline is to avoid procrastination. Very, very important. All right. Don't just do it as an act. Some people start and say, "Oh, now I'm able to achieve tasks," but after a while they go back again to that. They go back again to that habit, and then it just gets to it. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to build an habit, okay, that makes you accomplish tasks. Personally, it has become an habit to me. Okay, if you go to anywhere I've worked and where I work right now, even my students know. All right. I don't like to leave tasks till later time. If I can do it now, I quickly get it done so that I can reserve more time to do other things that I'll be happy about. If they say, "Oh, do this task," I want to just get it done quickly, it's out of the way, and then I move on to the next thing. Okay, it has become an habit. There's a system to it. Okay, maybe in another webinar. Let me ask. How many of you want me to teach on how to overcome procrastination? We may just make it the next week episode. How many of you? Let me see the comments. If I can get like 10 people, we'll just set the topic, and then that's our topic for next week. Overcoming procrastination like a pro. More sense is there. How many people want me to talk about it? And we'll talk about the systems, the principles, the strategies, and all. Okay, so dealing with procrastination. Now, I'm going to recommend 4 books. Okay, if right now you are dealing with issues that have to do with procrastination, I'm going to recommend 4 books that you should try to read. This is 11th of September. If possible, before the 11th of October, you should have read these 4 books. Okay, before the 11th of October, you should have learned these 4 books. The first book is Atomic Habits. Let me see. Let me see if I can see the flyer. Atomic Habits by James Clear. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. Okay, it's one book I'm going to recommend. I think it's even available on Jumia. It's really affordable. It's available on Jumia. Atomic Habits. Very, very amazing book. The book has proven to be a great one over and over again. I don't know if there's anyone here who know about that book, Atomic Habits. Very, very amazing book by James Clear. You can just go ahead, get a copy of that book. It will help you overcome procrastination. The second book is The 5 Second Rule. The 5 Seconds Rule by Mel Robbins. Okay. The 5 Seconds book by Mel Robbins. Oh, interesting. Blessing says she has read it. Very, very good. Very, very good. Sharon says I should talk about procrastination. All right. Um, oh, let's deal with it. All right. All right. I have two already. Yeah, interesting. Atomic Habit is an amazing book. All right. I'm also subscribed to James Clear's um, email list. He sent some amazing email, some amazing newsletter, which you can read. Atomic Habit is an amazing book. You want to break the habit of procrastination, just read the book. Number two is The 5 Seconds Rule by Mel Robbins. The 5 Seconds Rule by Mel Robbins. Very amazing book. Okay. Um, if you want to be convinced about the power of this book, okay, you can go on YouTube. You can go on YouTube and try to look out for the book summary. All right. So just a book summary of 5 Seconds Rule. When you are done, when you are done, then go ahead and read the book. Go ahead and read the book. Someone is recommending a book. Mujetoluwa Iwetola is saying "Eat That Frog" by Brand Tracy. Yeah, I've also read this book also. Yeah, Eat the Frog by Brand Tracy. There's also another book by Brand Tracy. It's called No Excuses. No Excuses. There's also another amazing book I wanted to read. No Excuses. Um, is it No Excuses or No Excuse? Let me see. Um, Allow me for some seconds. Is it No Excuse or No Excuses? Okay, No Excuses by Brand Tracy. Yeah, The Power of Self-Discipline. Very amazing book. No Excuses by Brand Tracy. Very amazing book. Then I'm going to be giving you one of the book I wrote. It's a very small book. I think it's less than 30 pages or so. I titled it Overcoming Procrastination. Overcoming procrastination. How many of you are on my email list? Like you got the email for this webinar. Can I see you just show in the comments? Because I want to know if I should share it to those on my email list. So it's going to be, I'll give it out for free, Overcoming Procrastination. I'm not going to sell it. I'll give it out for free. Okay. Ewetola is on my email list. How many of you are on my email list? You got the email for this webinar. I want to know whether I should share it via email or I share it on the Telegram channel. All right. Okay. All right. Blessing is also on my email list. So that's interesting. If you are not on my email list, let me just know now so that I'll know what to say. So I will just share the book. It's a book you can just read at a sitting. Very interesting, very amazing. Just go straight up, read, and then you start knowing how to overcome procrastination. So that's it. Those four books, you can read them. Read them. If you have read Atomic Habit, you can just do a reread just to rewind your mind. Get the 5 Seconds Rule by Mel Robbins, No Excuses by Brian Tracy, and also um, Overcoming Procrastination. So I'll just share it through that. So what I would do is I would share on the Telegram. I will just share on the Telegram channel. I hope everyone is there. That's the Growth of Africa Telegram channel. I will drop it there, and then you can just download and read. You can just download and read. So I would look for it and just share. Or let me check. Let me check if I have it here, and I will just Overcoming Procrastination. All right, so dropped on the Telegram channel already, so you'd find it. Just download and read. Okay. So still speaking on systemized lifestyle of discipline. How many of you know what was the problem of Judas Iscariot? How many of you know what the problem of Judas Iscariot is? How many of you know? Because I want to bring out a lesson there. What was the problem of Judas Iscariot? All right. His problem was what? If you know that story, Judas Iscariot, the one that betrayed Jesus. All right, his problem was greed. All right, his problem was greed. When you are broke and poor, or let me just use when you are broke, you will not know how greedy you are. Sometimes when you are broke, you will not know how greedy you are until you make so much money. Until you make so much money. Okay, Gospel is saying it's not on the Telegram channel. Okay, just share. Let me just share the link to the Telegram group. Okay, so that's the link to the Telegram group, t.me/growth of Africa. So just go there. Sharon, you can also go there. So you just see the book there, you download, and then you can read. Okay. So, like I was saying, the problem of Judas Iscariot was greed. All right. You will not know how greedy you are until a kind of money come into your hand. You will not know how greedy you are until a kind of money come into your hand. And there is a level of greed that can actually destroy talent. There's a level of greed that can actually destroy talent. Now, some of you look out for a number of people who became celebrities, whether it's the movie industry or the music industry or maybe even social media influence and all of that, social media influencers and all of that. Do you know that there are some that what actually destroyed them, what actually brought down their influence, what actually ended their life was actually great. Okay, some of them were doing well as influencers, they were doing well as entertainers, they were doing well in some of their fields. Some of them were doing well as even speakers, as musicians. Some of them were doing well with their talent. They were making good money, and then they were fine. But the moment they decided to be involved in some sort of deals, they just decided, oh, they want to be involved in that deal, in this deal. They needed this kind of money. They wanted to get some things extra. They felt, oh, this singing thing was not enough and all of that. And they didn't have a system of discipline. What's the system of discipline they needed? For example, they needed that system of discipline that will make them not just say, oh, this deal is me, let me just go ahead and sign it and do all of that. All they needed to do was consult someone else, reach out to a mentor, say, oh, I don't want this mentor to know, I don't want them to know what this deal is about. That level of greed was actually what got many of them to jail. You can see you can see how I moved the conversation from you know yourself, you know all of those things and all of those things to this system. I In fact, let me tell you, this number 8 was not in the initial notes. It was this morning. It just came to my mind. I just woke up and it just came as an inspiration that, oh, this needed to be added to this. All right. And I said we needed to wrap this up. I didn't know we'd even spend this much time. Okay. When the conversation gets interesting, we just get into it. So there's a level of greed that you need to build a system to avoid. That's why sometimes you need to have a legal consultant. Have you seen people that, oh, they were talented, they signed certain deals? You know names. Some of you read the news, and because of their greed, they just quickly signed because they saw the money on the instant. And immediately they got the money, they got stuck into the deals. Why? Because they just wanted money instantly. Okay? So you must be able to deal with greed. Okay? I've talked about dealing with sexual urges. Okay? Affections, dealing with procrastination. Now I'm talking about dealing with greed. Okay, as a gifted individual, you must be able to deal with greed. Sometimes there are very fantastic deals that you should say no to. They are very fantastic deals you should say no to. Someone may come to you and say, oh, help us influence this brand. And you see some people, they influence the brand and they get a lot of their followers. They just go ahead, sign up, and eventually the things crashed. What happened? Their name. Remember what we said about a good name? A good name is better than silver and gold. A good name is better than silver and gold. Okay? It's very, very important to build a system of discipline. Okay? Before I go on, there's just one final aspect I'm going to bring up. There are also some of you, maybe as ladies, okay, or maybe as guys, that as you start getting bigger, all right, as you start growing big, as you start getting better, as certain things start happening in your life, before you proceed to take some decisions, most especially when it has to do with maybe things like relationship, things that tend towards marriage and all of those things, you need to ensure that, because I'm going to leave this replay, I'm not going to proceed on that. All right. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. If we were in a private group and I won't be sharing this replay, I would have just said what I want to say. But sometimes when you're on public domain like this, you don't want to say certain things because you don't know what it's going to be like to certain people. So let's just leave it. Okay. So I spoke about dealing with greed. Dealing with greed, very important. And then the next thing is building a system of discipline is understanding the things in your life that should be kept secret. Understanding the things in your life that should be kept secret. Listen, I know we are in this quick to post, quick to share, quick to talk about everything, quick to display everything going on in your life, trying to talk about many things. Sometimes there are events in your life that should not necessarily be made public. There are pains you have been through in life that should not be made public consumptions. And I will tell you why. Before you make them public consumption, make sure that firstly you are healed. Make sure that you have built a system that no matter how this comes out, no matter how it ends, okay, you will still be able to maintain your dignity. You'll still be able to maintain your dignity. We're in a world where, oh, you have been through that, share it, post it, put it out, let people know, let all this happen, let all this do. Sometimes, do you know that those people will everyone online and their friends push to let certain things out? Sometimes they don't remain the same. Sometimes they don't remain the same. Sometimes, if they have been at this elevated level, they just go down and they are not able to sustain it again. I don't want to mention names. When I was thinking about this, I knew some names like, oh, they came out, talked, they granted them interview, they had podcasts this, podcast that. Those podcasts only used them to gain more views, gain more likes, make more money, make more money, make more money, do all of those things. But you know what happened? Many of them, after that while, they could not get big deals, they could not accomplish something. At an immediate instance, something happened and they were fine. But after a while, the world just packed them aside. A new story came and everybody moved on. You need to ask yourself that, does the world really want that story? Does the world really want that secret? All right? Does the world really want those events you've been through in life? You need to build a system of discipline. Talk to those who have built very high premium level of wisdom, those who are way wiser than you, those who are greatly intelligent than you, those who are futuristic than you, who can guide you whether there are certain things to let out or not. Build a system of discipline, a systemized lifestyle of discipline. Some things you want to just show and post and say, push, let me push. Don't let it look like I'm not the one posting. Don't let it look like I'm not sharing the achievement on LinkedIn. Don't let it look like, I need to get likes. This person shared this thing, 300 reactions. You two want to just share that reaction. Sometimes you need to measure and say, could it be the time? Can I just hold on a bit? Can I hold on a bit? Sometimes there are even achievements in your life that it is not you that should share it. I'm telling you the truth. There are certain achievements that if it must gain credence, if it must gain high level of value, it is not you that should share it. There are some things that should be kept in the borders of your heart for certain times and seasons. The problem is our generation today, most people don't know these principles. So what you want to do is you trade your life secret for likes, comments, for likes and comments. And you don't ask, is it worth it? Is it worth it? If you go right now and you have the privilege to scroll through TikTok or Facebook Reels, sometimes you ask and say, is it really worth sharing? Like this thing this person just pushed out. What's the essence? Have you seen people who have said foolish things just because they needed to gain likes, they needed to gain popularity, they needed to see all of them? I know you know names. I'm not mentioning names now. And that should not be you. You know, my own concern, my concern is not those people. My concern is you because it should not be you. You can't be coming for growth school, hearing all of these things, and then you end up like those people. All right. Was it worth your time, guys? Tell me the truth. Was it worth your time? Was it worth your time? Tell me the truth. Was it worth your time? I have one more announcement. Thank you, Adekunle Enilalubo. Nice to listen to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I'm so grateful. So, God's Power EK now. I already shared the link. Oh, thank you, Blessing. Yeah, that was the answer. All right. Yeah, that was really nice. I hope it was worth your time. I want to make a quick announcement. I've been talking about this growth school community. Um, please hold on, don't go yet. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon has been one of my amazing top fan and top follower of Good School. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Blessing. Also, sure was worth my time. Thank you, Blessing. I'm really grateful. Blessing has been someone we've connected. I think it's been about 4 years now. Blessing, am I correct? I think it's about 4 years. I think 2020. During the years of purpose, clarity, blueprint, or purpose clarity class. It has been a very long time since we met. And Blessing was also one of our top volunteers during Confab 15. She was one of our amazing protocol officers. All right, guys. Thank you, Blessing. I'm glad I joined. Yeah, I'm glad you also came. I'm glad to be here also to teach. All right, guys. So I've been talking about Money Summits for about 2 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks now. So Money Summit is an event, a virtual event, fully virtual event that is put together by Growth Hub Africa. Okay, Growth Hub Africa. Growth Hub Africa is an organization that supports, trains individuals and organizations on how to grow their brands, grow their businesses, grow themselves, and then turn their ideas into monetizable ventures. Okay. And we'll be having Money Summits. So Money Summit is coming up, that's next week, Saturday, 20th of September, 20th of September and 21st of September 2024. And we're having an amazing line of guests. We have Precious Babatunde, social media strategist, to be teaching on how you can monetize social media. Faithful Ojebi, talking about how you can, the different mediums on how you can monetize things in this new economy. What are the new things you can monetize in this economy, the money of the new economy? Nishu Inka will be talking about how you can monetize public speaking, and Elizabeth Samuel will be talking about digital products that you can monetize in this economy. Okay, monetizable products in this economy. And also, I will be opening the show speaking on Friday, 20th from 8 p.m. I will be coming live to speak on monetizable skills of the new economy. To register for the event, where is the link to monitor to register for the event? So just go to www.growthhubafrica.org/money summit. I'm trying to look for that link now. growthhubafrica.org/money summit. Yeah, so that's the link. Just go there, visit, and register. So immediately you register, you'll be directed to a community, and then on that community you get lots of the news. You get a lot of the news, and then when you get a lot of the news, we'll be there to speak to you. I'm getting prepared. Our speakers are getting prepared. This summit is meant to actually change your money game, help you um, be better with your money decisions. What are things you can start doing, okay, to change your life? What are skills you should have? And then they'll be coming with a lot of discounted offer, okay, because you attended this summit. And only those who attend this summit live are the ones that will get the offer. Okay, there will be a lot of offers available for you. So that's the link, growthhubafrica.org/money summit. Sorry, I think there was a mistake there. Money summit. All right, so money summit. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Damola. Thank you, Benga. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Sharon QS. Thank you. Thank you, Adekunle, for joining. Thank you so much. Yes, anticipating. I hope everyone's also anticipating. Please register and then get ready. 2 days virtual, fully virtual summit. We'll start Friday night and then we continue Saturday morning. And it's really going to be amazing. Get your writing material, get your mind ready, get ready to get some tools, some ideas, some things you can start pushing and then start changing your life. Thank you so much. I'm glad it was worth your time. I don't know if you have questions for me. Do you have questions for me? If you have questions for me, I will be willing to answer them. All right. And if there are none, please keep tapping into your superpower. Make sure you stay disciplined. Make sure you represent a sound self image. You keep making a difference on a daily basis. Don't shortchange yourself. The world is waiting to celebrate you. It's not really about you, but it's about the people you are sent to. Till I come your way again, I hand you over to the hands of DJ AB.